What causes ambiguous easement boundaries and property disputes? Imagine trying to walk through a park where the paths are not clearly marked. You might end up stepping on someone else's lawn or wandering into private property. That's similar to what happens with easements when boundaries are unclear. Easements are rights that allow one person to use another person's property for a specific purpose, like a driveway or utility line. But when these rights are not clearly defined, disputes can quickly arise. One common cause is poorly written agreements. If the legal language in an easement document is vague about where the boundary lines are or what the easement covers, different parties can interpret it differently. For example, one owner might think the easement extends across the entire backyard, while the other believes it is limited to a small strip. This confusion can lead to disagreements over what is allowed. Another issue is inaccurate or outdated property surveys. When property lines are mapped out, errors can happen. Sometimes natural changes like erosion or tree growth alter the landscape, but the survey does not reflect these changes. Over time, this mismatch causes owners to believe their property extends further or less than it actually does. These inaccuracies often lead to boundary disputes. Unauthorized or excessive use of an easement can also cause conflicts. If someone uses more space than agreed upon or changes the purpose of the easement, it can be seen as trespassing. For example, if a person with a right-of-way begins parking vehicles on the easement area, it can cause friction with the property owner. Changes in property ownership are another factor. When a property is sold, new owners might not be aware of existing easements or might disagree with their terms. This can lead to disputes, especially if the easement was not properly documented or communicated during the sale. Lack of clear communication and documentation can make things worse. If property owners do not keep records of easement agreements, modifications, or permissions, misunderstandings can develop. These misunderstandings can escalate into legal conflicts that are costly and time-consuming to resolve. To avoid these issues, it is essential to have precise language in easement agreements. Using licensed surveyors to mark property lines accurately is also vital. Keeping detailed records of any changes or permissions related to easements helps prevent misunderstandings. Consulting a property law attorney can clarify ambiguous language or implied easements. And open communication with all parties involved can resolve potential problems early. By paying attention to these factors, property owners can reduce the chances of boundary confusion and easement disputes. This proactive approach helps avoid legal battles and keeps property rights clear and respected.